most times, it is what you carry that changes your story, not what was given to you. Christians must begin to carry things. The men of old carried so much glory that they entered places and things changed. Things changed on their own accord. I was sharing with Reverend how that 2 weeks ago, I was driving from the vigil and I came around. Amazingly, they celebrated my birthday there a few days before. And when I approached the place, at about 3 a.m., it was littered with cars. And I saw young ladies coming out almost naked. I said, this place used to be an event center. What is happening? I stepped down to look, and I was amazed that the place had become a club. I now quickly told myself, I said, what will you tell these people now that they will change? What will you do here to create a revival? You say you are a revivalist. Can you enter this place now and create a change? And the stories I knew began to come to my mind. I heard a story once how Reinhard Bonnke went to preach somewhere in the night, and as he was preaching, he was hearing sound from across the road, and he went out to find out what was happening, and it was a club. And he entered the club. Now, if you even enter the club, it's a problem. He entered the club and he told the DJ, stop. The DJ looked at him like this and stopped. Hope you know that stop is not the English meaning. He said, stop. And the DJ off the sound. And everybody turned and we're like, hey, what's going on? And he said, little one, sit down, sit down, sit down. And everybody that turned in anger, when they looked at him, they sat down. And he said, I have something I want to tell you. Sit down. And when he spoke to them, everybody repented, including the club owner. And the next week, that place became a church. And I told myself, you are a preacher. You are not a revivalist. You are a preacher. The difference is glory. He carried something. What he carried was louder than the music. When a man carries glory, sometimes you want to attack him. And then you look at him and you will go back. You won't know what, you will go back. He doesn't need to talk. When he looks at you, you will. But they practice the presence. They spend hours there, quiet, in God's presence. But we are not patient. Meanwhile, that's not my message this morning, so let me allow it. You are mighty on your throne. Jack me up now. I want to share with us this morning, his church service. I want to share with us this morning something that we will need in order to be perpetual victors in life. The forces fighting against our destinies are too many. You wake up in the morning, right from the very morning, you start sensing all forms of attacks. Sometimes from the people living around you to provoke you so that your day will be spoiled. Sometimes from the very first day of the week, your day is spoiled and the whole week follows a negative protocol rather, because of the precedence that was generated. And you don't know why it's like that. There are numerous spirits creating negative patterns to frustrate your destiny. Sometimes even when you go to sleep at night, these demons come even into your dreams. The reason is because the demons are too many. So some of them don't have a location in the daytime. You know, the Bible said 1/3 of the angels fell. And there are over 100 trillion angels. Now there are about 8 billion people in the world. 1/3 of 100 trillion will require that for demons to be adequately disbursed, at least one man will have 1,400 demons. Now if you have 1,400 demons, how many hours are in a week? So even if demons are deployed per hour, it will not be enough. So some of them, because they don't have a location, they have to come in the dream. This is the enormous forces that are marshaled against our destinies. So in order to succeed in this life, we must live by definite mysteries. Because one of the things that confounds the demonic realm are the mysteries of God. He said, if the princes of this world had known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. So the advantage that the believer has that makes him live as if the devil does not exist are the mysteries that are available to him. If you see a believer who is defeated, he is defeated because he doesn't have mysteries enough to procure victory for him. And this morning, I want to share with us one of the basic mysteries that releases the power and the glory of God that makes for our advantage in life. When you complain and you are struggling, there are people who are not aware there is struggle. This country that whatever is done results in agitation. And I'm not saying protests are bad, but while you are protesting, some people are not aware. Some people don't know when last they changed the fuel price. Because even if it's 1,000 naira, they will buy. And they will buy comfortably. And I'm not advocating that the prices should be unreasonably increased. But I'm telling you, there is a realm of rest that a man can sit, that whatever the devil does, he doesn't notice. The devil will bring his best weapons. That man will not know what is happening. If you tell him there is darkness, he will say, where is it? If you tell him there is poverty, he will say, well, I didn't notice. You tell him, can you imagine? The bag of rice now has become too expensive. He doesn't even know how much because he buys them in bulk. And when they buy, he doesn't even remember to collect change. There are certain people that if they send you, even if the change is 10,000, if you bring the change, they'll look at you and say, no. 1 month's salary is somebody else's change. There are people today that if they send you on an errand, they will never collect the change. And sometimes they will send you 10 times in a day. And then you come back, you say, sir, this is the balance. They say, come on. Yes, sir, it's much. The balance is 20,000. You now look at you and laugh. And then he will send you again. And then you will come with balance of 5,000. And you say, sir, why are you stressing yourself? You know, is this thing not too much? What you call too much is something somebody else doesn't notice. The reason people walk in rest is because they have mysteries. Mysteries are our true advantage in life. Your advantage is not the human connection you have. Your advantage is not the systemic connection you have. Your advantage is the mystery that you are walking with, because that mystery will make you a victor in life. So when a Christian becomes wise, what it does is that he looks for a way to understand the things that makes men real, makes men champion, and makes men rulers in this world. This is one of the things I want to share with us this morning. The power of God is released in the direction of his wisdom. And the wisdom of God is the mystery of God. Most times when we advance these kingdom systems, the people in the world begin to attack what we do. And Christians, because most of them are babes, they follow the people of the world. For example, if a pastor begins to teach on giving, the world system, they come up and begin to say things like they are extorting people, they are trying to defraud people, they are criminals. And because Christians are babes, they follow the people of the world to antagonize a mystery in the kingdom. Because they don't know that we are in different kingdoms. In the kingdom of the world, you can rise by cheating. You can rise by defrauding. You can rise by wickedness. You can rise by violence. But you can't do that in this kingdom. So the way they prosper is different from the way we prosper. So when we are advancing how we prosper, the people of the world cannot understand it. Now, because many Christians are babes, when we showcase and teach the things that make for our advantage, because they don't know it, they fight it. And believers who are babes also join them to fight it. And that's why they never become anything. Somebody said something. It said those who don't prosper, they are complaining against every kingdom strategy of prosperity. Whereas those who prosper never complain. Every time you come and you talk about what makes men prosper, it is those who are not prospering that fight it. Those who are prospering never fight it. They rather do it much more and they prosper more. But the poor man keeps fighting it, and the more he fights it, he's poor. And he will never learn to find out, I am in church with this brother. He is always doing this thing and he's not complaining. Me who is complaining, the quality of my life is not as much as that of his. Why won't I learn what he's doing? Wisdom is far from them. There is a mystery for rest. There is a mystery for prosperity in life. There is a mystery for victory. There's a mystery for success. And if you don't know it, no matter how you struggle, you will fail. Because your effort will never be enough until there is a supernatural wisdom that powers it. The Bible said the labor of the foolish wearies every one of them. Why? They know not how to get into the city. Many people are laboring and they believe that just by laboring they will prosper. But he said if you don't know how to go to the city, your labor will weary you out. That's why the more certain people do, the more they become weak. The more they become poor. The more they become helpless. So you see somebody walking while he was younger, it looks as if he will prosper. When he has worked for 30 years, he becomes weaker. And then you are asking him, you have been on this assignment for 30 years. How come the more you get on this assignment, the weaker you become? It's because it's a labor of the foolish. There's no mystery added to it. Meanwhile, that same thing he's doing, somebody else can be doing it, and every year he's shifting. And then you are wondering, what is going on? There is a mystery. He has an advantage. And it doesn't matter whether it is spiritual or secular. The impact of mystery they are, what's the word now? The impact of a mystery has no regard for whether it is spiritual or secular, because they are universal. If a man jumps from this building, if he's an apostle, he will fall. If he's a fornicator, he will fall. Because that law is what? Universal. The same way when a mystery is applied, it is universal. And the reason we get church folks to do these things first is because if they don't, if the unbeliever comes and does it, the unbeliever will begin to prosper. Do you know why many politicians are wicked yet they prosper? Because we allow them into our churches to do the things that our brethren refuse to do. And when they do the things our brethren refuse to do, the power of that law is activated in their favor. So no matter how you pray for them to fall, they will never fall, because they are functioning by a mystery. Meanwhile, the brethren that are in church, who are supposed to be the first partakers, they refuse to do it. And the politician throws into church one day and does something that the whole church has refused to do for 1 year. And he leaves the church with 1 year blessing. And then you are wondering, how come this man is wicked but is prospering? He's functioning by a mystery. They said they want to build church auditorium. They are announcing it every day. Believers assume the pastor wants to steal from them, and they refuse to do it. And then they have Thanksgiving service, and the governor comes. The senator comes, and then they say, how much is the church building? They say it's 10 million. He say, I will give all. He gives 10 million, throw out of the church. That very day he fornicates. The next day he steals from government. Yet he's prospering. Because what God gave to be the advantage of the church, they allowed the unbeliever to throw in and to carry it. So you don't know why they are evil, yet they prosper. They take advantage of what you refuse to take advantage of. You say the guy is a Yahoo boy. He's a Yahoo boy, but he's the one sponsoring everything church wants to do. And the pastor will not know where the money came from. The pastor only showed them a mystery, and the Yahoo boy applied it. What he's doing is evil, but he's working by a mystery. And the moment he walks by that mystery, he keeps prospering. Meanwhile, 1,000 people are in church failing. You are doing an honorable job, but there is nothing to make it work. The Yahoo boy is doing a dishonorable job, but he has activated a mystery. Hope you know that when a Christian farms, it will grow. Cultivates, it will grow. When a thief cultivates, it will also grow. Because the law that makes for growth is universal. The same way these laws are universal. If a Yahoo boy comes to apply it, it will work for him. You who is a believer praying in tongues, if you don't apply it, it will not work. This may not sound powerful this morning, but this is why men prosper and their prosperity is forever. I want to show you something this morning so that you will enter into rest. And I pray you get it because you are young. Your life is still ahead of you. Many people pray, many people fast, but they go nowhere. They don't know why. Bishop Oedeko said he has been in the kingdom for a long time, and he has seen that many prayer warriors are gallant failures. As important as praying is, if prayer is all you have, you will have answers that prayer deliver on. But prayer doesn't answer to all things. There are so many mysteries in this kingdom that constitutes an advantage. And I want to share with us